Once again, I'm going to be apologizing for the wind a lot today. It is a very, very windy day, but we are going to test the theory behind the argument 12 gauge versus 20 gauge for a home defense shotgun. Now, we backed up here quite a bit to 12 yards. That would be a very, I'm going to say, pretty good range for a home defense shotgun. Probably not the farthest, not the closest you're going to be, but a good average. We're going to do one shot with the 20 gauge on the right target. We're going to do one shot with the 12 gauge on the left target. And like I said, we are at 12 yards. So both of these guns, to make it even, have got improved cylinder chokes put in them. Now the 20 gauge has screw-in chokes. I could put a full choke in there and really tighten this pattern down, but just most of home defense shotguns have improved cylinders, so that's what we're shooting both of these with. We're trying to make it as fair as possible, so let's shoot and see the results. All right, both guns are loaded up. We're going to do the 20 gauge first at the target on the right, and we're just going to put one center mass. We're going to move over to that target on the left and do the same thing. We'll go up and take a look at those. At home defense ranges, that's the 12 gauge right there. This is the 20 gauge. Now the 12 gauge is firing a larger pellet with double-aught buck versus the 1 buck with the 20 gauge. But as far as home defense effectiveness, there is no difference. Where you are going to see some differences is the availability of ammo and the amount of different styles of ammo for the 12 gauge versus the 20 gauge. 12 gauge is the undisputed king of shotguns, so you have so much more, a wide range of different types of ammo, slugs, and availability. 20 gauge, not so much, but where the pros are for the 20 gauge, you're going to have less recoil. So for the sensitive shooters out there that just do not like to be kicked by a firearm, 20 gauge is a very, very good choice if you don't plan on shooting it a ton. And you do realize that you're going to have to settle for whatever defensive loads you can get because there's just not that wide of a selection. Anyway, we're going to shoot these some more, and we'll just, by the end of this, I'll be able to tell you what I like best. Honestly, I do like shooting the 20 gauge more, but I would always choose a 12 gauge just because of the ammo and stuff like that. As I get a little older, that 20 gauge is starting to look pretty good though. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put 2 shots out of the 20 gauge on the target on the right. Now, this is a little bit unfair. This 20 gauge is a semi-auto, so it's probably going to be faster, but here we go. Now we're going to do 2 shots on the left with the 12 gauge. This is a pump, so I'm sure it's going to be a little slower. All the pellets remained in the center mass area with both shotguns. That is an extreme amount of firepower on an intruder or a bad guy. We're going to stretch it out. That first target there, the black steel, is at 28 yards. I just ranged it with my rangefinder, and this is the 20 gauge, so we are going to see what kind of hit we can get on that. Once we got out to the farther ranges, it is evident that the heavier double-aught buck hit a lot harder than the number 1 buck, but still yet we were pushing it past what you'd normally shoot buckshot at anyway, just for fear of all the spread and the extra pellets going everywhere. I'm going to stick with the old 12 gauge for now, but if you are a recoil sensitive shooter, the 20 gauge, there is nothing wrong with it. It shoots great at home self-defense ranges, it is absolutely devastating. So, include a shotgun in your arsenal. Doesn't matter which, but they are one of the most versatile tools. You don't just have to use these for self-defense. They can be used for hunting and just recreational shooting. There's no other firearm as versatile as a shotgun. As always, thanks for watching.